Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to week 3 in pathophysiology. I thought we could just take a minute and go over what's coming up for this week. We'll scroll down to week 3, which is infection, inflammation, and immunity. So there's the pre-quiz that you can take on chapters 9, 10, 11, and 12. And I've had some questions about that and the pre-quiz grades. So in the grade book right now, they're showing up as the actual number that you got correct. And that is not how they should be graded. They should just be graded as completed on time. We have the IT department working on that right now, and apparently it's I've been told harder to fix than just switching a toggle over. So they're doing some work behind the scenes to try and make that the way we had intended it. So don't worry about that grade. As long as it's completed on time, you should receive the full credit for that, and that should be revised as we go forward. So one less thing to worry about this week. You'll have readings to do in, again, chapters 9, 10, 11, and 12. Review the PowerPoint slides, which are right here for you. Chapter 9 was not available in a PowerPoint. There's some videos to watch, the concepts in action animation on inflammation, wound healing, and immune response. It really explains it very well. I learn better in those kind of situations than just reading it. I need to kind of see it, so I think that's a good way to learn. We're using all our learning modalities in this course, hopefully. There's a few other things to read, some more videos for you to watch that are somewhat helpful. There's the study guide for the week here, and also the alternative worksheet if you did not get the workbook. And then the World Health Organization module. You can click into that, and it's a module on vaccine safety. It will introduce you to the pathophysiology of vaccine and vaccine safety issues and provide you with the technical information required to look at the case studies and take the assessments. So each module will take about an hour to an hour and a half to complete, and you'll find all the directions on how to get into that down here. And just complete the assessment and submit a screenshot or completion certificate for the modules that are done. So that is that assignment. And then don't forget, if you've not signed up for the disease pathology paper, the link for that is in week 3. So you can click on that and submit the topic that you want to complete your paper on. So that's that. There's a few things I wanted to touch on. First, several of the students in our class are being affected by the hurricane and actually evacuating, so I think we should keep them in our prayers, and if they're in your group, just be extra gentle with them. They're dealing with some serious hardships right now, so I wish them well and hope that they remain safe. One comment on group work. We've had some little hiccups with group work, and I think it'll get worked out as we go along and get more into the rhythm of class and kind of how we're actually going to function. This is all new stuff to everyone, so it's just a little hurdle that we have to get over. But if you're working in a group project for the week, try and connect as early as possible, get assignments doled out, and make sure everybody's roles are clear. And just try and be open with your communication. It becomes really hard and stressful on people in your group if you're not communicating until the last minute. Often the other group members are concerned that perhaps you're not going to get your stuff in, so they're spending extra time doing potentially the work that you're supposed to be doing. So just try and reach out as early in the week as possible to make that connection. You'll have the same group the whole way through the class, so you should know how to contact them already. And just be real open, and especially in those kind of group situations, make sure you're as responsible and on time as possible. That'll just alleviate stress for everybody. And remember, if something's coming up, for example, the hurricane, we can't really control that, but if something else comes up and you feel that you may need an extension, you need to request that extension 24 hours ahead of the due date for the item you need the extension on. And you need to be very specific as to what the extension is for, what assignment, and in that extension you need to also give a very firm date as to when you would be turning that assignment in, a new date coming forward. So what else? Also, when we have a group activity, like for example the slide presentations, make sure that only one person in your group uploads that to the forum, just to keep it less jumbled. You each need to submit it for grading, but if we have to place something in the forum, try and only have one person do that so that we don't have copies of the same thing in there. It makes it harder for people to figure out, did I watch this one? Are these ones in this group, or are they in that group? So just trying to keep it easy for all of us as we go forward. I think those were all the notes I had to go over of just things to comment on for the week. Otherwise, everyone's doing a really good job. I think this week's material is pretty interesting and fascinating all at the same time. Makes a lot of sense, and things that we work with, especially prostaglandins and histamines and that kind of thing. So reach out if you have questions. Otherwise, take care and have a fantastic week.